Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you physical media's revenge. That's right, physical media's revenge. And so many people keep saying, here and there in our world of physical media, that physical media has a resurgence, reassessment, whatever. I agree with all that, and I do believe it is having a bit of a revenge, especially with the rising prices of streaming services and everything going digital and everything that's just happening within the digital streaming world of movies and entertainment. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up this article I found. I haven't done one of these in a while where I read this article, but I'm going to bring up this article I found from LifeWire called "Is Streaming Failing Us?" Yes, it is. Rethinking the future of our media consumption. Absolutely hate the word consumption because with streaming and advent, I know I'm going on a little rant already, but like with the advent of streaming and digital and everything, it's all become content, consume, talk about they live, right? They live, put on the sunglasses, they live, consume, and I don't like that word consumption or consume or content. I don't like a lot of those words like that. But it says the resurgence of physical media in a streaming dominated world. Yes, resurgence, reassessment, whatever you want to call it. Revenge, as I like to call it, by Charlie Sorrell, which I hope I said his name right. I love the video store there. Love that guy perusing for videos. Miss those days. We'll scroll down. It says, with the introduction of 4K Blu-ray, it might be time to reconsider streaming as the best option for music, TV, and movies. The main benefits of streaming of physical media are convenience and cost. Why spend $10 on a CD when you have a month of unlimited music for the same price? And why swap a Blu-ray disc when the next episode of your binge watch starts automatically? However, yes, I know this is what I'm getting to. Yes, says it, whatever. However, streaming services are becoming less convenient, truth, and more expensive, even more truth. So it might be time to consider owning your media again. You know who's been saying that for freaking years on my channel? I have been saying that for years. Own your favorites on physical media. Make a list of your all-time favorite movies, music, comic books, whatever physical form of media you like, what entertainment you like. Make a list of it. Buy them on DVD, buy them on Blu-ray, buy them on 4K, buy them on whatever format you want, hardback, paperback, whatever. As long as you have a hard physical copy, tangible copy of your favorites. As I'm saying that, yes, all this streaming may seem convenient. And why buy this? Why buy that? But when it comes to it, rising prices and so much more, which we'll get into because I know they're going to get into some of the stuff I guarantee I've been saying for years here on my channel. It says, streaming down the drain. Video streaming services are declining. Amazon, Netflix, and others are raising prices, ending password sharing, and their apps are deteriorating. Couldn't agree more. I honestly could not agree with more. I 100%, especially with Netflix and Disney, the worst of the streaming companies in existence. I cannot stand them. It says, typically when owning a video streaming app, you're probably looking for the next episode in your series. Yet finding it is often a struggle with Apple TV, Prime Video, and others pushing new content to capture your attention. That is true. Once again, there's the word content. That's what they do. They don't want you to watch your favorites. And as I've covered here on my channel, multiple times here on my channel, most people on streaming outside of the children, because like the most watched show on streaming is Bluey and children's movies, because basically parents are like, here, watch this. I don't want to deal with you, which is a sad state of affairs in and of itself. But outside of that, what is being watched most on streaming services are things like Little House on the Prairie, Gunsmoke, Gilmore Girls, Supernatural. Let's see, what else was there? Seinfeld was one of them. Friends was one of them. People are watching this, and then with these streaming services, they want you to watch their new content because they're putting so much money into these streaming services for you to consume your content that they want you to watch this, and they interrupt your programs, or at the end, which I've covered here before. It's like when you're done watching something, when it says go on to the next episode or movie, they'll pop up in the corner something, an advertisement for what they want you to see, and you can't really it's very aggravating when you're trying to get off of it or get to something else. That's what sucks. That's what sucks. And it says, then there's the issues of finding content to watch or listen to. Have you ever had a song vanish from your Spotify? No, because I don't do Spotify. I have CDs and anyways, says, or Apple Music playlist because of licensing issues. Same thing can happen with movies. If you want to watch a classic movie or a new TV show, here you go. Where do you go? Are you prepared to subscribe to yet another streaming service just to see it? Exactly. That's another thing is you have to subscribe to so many different streaming services. Say you want to watch this show, but it's not on the one you pay for. So you got to go to this one. You got to buy HBO Max. You got to buy Hulu. You got to buy Disney Plus, right? I don't do that. screw streaming. Can't stand streaming. Only streamings I really care about or that I've ever really found worthwhile are Tubi because it's free, Shutter because they release everything on physical media, and even if I don't want Shutter, I can buy their Blu-rays, or Full Moon Features because I have friends within Full Moon Features and I love their movies and entertainment they put out. So that's why I support Full Moon Features streaming and stuff like that. But other than that, I could give a rat's. I don't do digital. I don't do streaming. And it says the myth of convenience is starting to unravel. In theory, every movie, TV show, and song is accessible. In theory, exactly. But good luck finding it and keeping it once you do. Exactly. And like they mentioned, licensing. Same thing with music, books, movies, anything, any form of entertainment is licensed out. And the license can expire and they can be taken down and be held and shelved. And sometimes you will never know if they will ever come back or if you'll ever be able to buy it or see it ever again on these streaming digital platforms, music, everything. So the convenience factor is starting to wear off, and physical media, when I say it's having a bit of its revenge, it's having a revenge because when I say that, is like it proves that physical media truly was a superior format. To own something tangible, something that you love, to have it forever. It proves that the stores and video stores were awesome, right? It proves that these where you could get them, but we gave all that up. People gave all that up for what they thought was going to be ease and comfort and convenience, and that ease and comfort and convenience is starting to deteriorate, and I guarantee you're spending more money now than you ever did on late fees or rental charges. Guarantee it, because the prices keep going up and up and up. And where if you just bought your favorites on a physical copy, it's a one-time payment. Yeah, maybe it's $20-$30, but that's a one-time payment instead of spending $20-$30 every freaking month. You spend $20-$30 on your favorite 4K or something, or I know some prices are high, but you spend that on a one-time payment. That's yours forever. You add up all that money you're paying for these multiple streaming services, $20, $30, $40, $50, or $60, $70, $100 something a year, and you keep it for years. That's way more than you're spending on like a one-time payment of like maybe 5 movies or 10 movies, whatever you want. That's why I've always said you don't have to buy everything. Just buy what you want, your favorites. At least have that. As a collector, I probably buy more than you, but it doesn't mean you've got to buy thousands and thousands of movies and stuff and books and CDs, but buy your favorites. And then, speaking of which, it says ownership gives you control. The benefits of physical media are clear. Once purchased, no retailer will unexpectedly remove a movie, CD, or record from your collection. You own it indefinitely, and with music, making copies for your own phone, computer, or home media service is simple. Exactly. So you don't always have a CD player with you now, but you have a phone now. You can copy that music directly from your CD, put it on your phone, and you can listen to it. Or if you still have a CD player in your car, you can put it in your car. It's so much easier because you can make your own files as well. That is a benefit of owning your physical movies and stuff, because you can make your own files to back these up and have that files yourself. That's your digital file. You don't have to worry about it being taken down from this streaming service, that digital platform, this listening, music service or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that. Ripping 4K movies from Blu-rays is more complex. It is much harder to rip a 4K movie, mainly due to storage needs, but why bother ripping movies you already own? It's easy to grab one off the shelves and play it. Yes, that's where I'm at. I was like, as long as I have the movie on the shelf, 4K Blu-ray, I don't, yes, you make up back. I know people make backup copies of their movies, 4K Blu-rays, and that's a great thing to do. And I do recommend that if you want to, but also at the end of the day, it's like, I'm cool with just going to my shelf, getting it off my shelf and putting it in my player. I'm cool. As long as I have it there, I'm good. And I don't need to take it with me to watch, because I'm not out when I go out in public and stuff or whatever. I don't really watch movies on my phone. I don't do that because movies are not meant to be watched on your phone. And maybe I'll listen to music or a podcast or watch a YouTube video. That's cool. But that's all I really need. I don't need my movies on my phone or a tablet or anything out to do that. I don't do that. I like watching movies in the comfort of my home on a big screen TV. So that's where I'm at with that. And this continues by saying ownership, which I believe this is the last couple paragraphs here. It says ownership extends beyond physical media. You can buy and download video and music, which is preferable to streaming since no internet is needed to watch or listen. 100%. However, it's not as future-proof as owning a disc. Music downloads are often DRM free, but movies usually aren't, and vendors could disable DRM servers anytime, leaving your collection unstable. It's happened before. This is true. When you download a song or whatever, typically the file is yours and you can do whatever you want. You can make your own CD with it, that's fine. But with movies and digital movies, you will never own digital movies. Never. You can spend $25-$30 on a digital movie and say, oh yes, I got that. They can take it off like that. It's happened before. They've done it multiple times. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Yeah, giving up instant delivery for waiting on a Blu-ray or CD in the mail is challenging. It's also possible the industry will consolidate, potentially reducing the need to subscribe to multiple platforms. Yes, this is what's been rumored for quite some time, and you see it like with even companies buying up other companies' movie studios, which I think is horrible. If anything, Disney buying Fox proved how bad that was, and they're still allowing this happen. But eventually, with these streaming services, some of them, most of them are failing. Outside of like I think Netflix and maybe Disney because of ESPN, not because of Disney Plus, but because of ESPN and Hulu, because they merged them. They're going to start merging these companies together, and it's only going to be a few of them. And the prices for them to subscribe to them are going to be outrageous, and it's going to suck for so many people that do this streaming. On the other hand, there was a time when physical media coexisted seamlessly with streaming. Radio and TV brought music and video into homes, and we purchased what we wanted to keep. I miss those days. That's why I'm still shouting about it here on my channel and so passionate about it. There was a time when it all coexisted, and then streaming and these movie studios got greedy and basically destroyed their own industry. They legitimately basically destroyed their own industry, and they're still destroying their own industry today because streaming failed miserably. They don't know how to recover. They've made content, message-driven, just flat-out slop garbage. Now they're betting on AI and mergers, and it's just going to get worse. That's why classics and buying your favorites on physical will always be better than what's today. With streaming echoing cable and broadcast TV, so true, filled with ads and incomplete catalogs, it seems we might be reverting to the old model just via the internet. It might be time to consider buying some CD and DVD shelves. And I'm going to end it there. And that's true. When they say, the internet, most of buy physical media and stuff through the internet now. That's basically where you have to, because so many stores and everything got rid of it, but it's because of these movie studios. But that's where I'm at, guys. I think this is physical media's revenge. I love seeing stories like this. I love hearing that physical media is being looked upon and stuff. But what hurts, what I think hurts the most is I've seen so many of these stories. I've seen so many people everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It's everywhere. People saying, man, why did we let streaming do this? Streaming sucks. I'm not paying these prices. And maybe we should have kept buying our Blu-rays and DVDs, but they're not doing it. That's the biggest problem I see. They're not doing it. They're complaining about it, but they're still paying that $60, $20, $30, $60 for streaming and just complaining about that instead of doing something about it. Do something about it. Give physical media its revenge. Go out and buy your CDs. Go out and buy your books. Go out and buy your comics. Go out and buy your video games on hard copy if they can. I know a lot of video games aren't like that, but like the classic systems and stuff you still own that, or your Blu-rays and your 4Ks. Buy them. They're better quality. They're better sound. They're better visual. Everything. Stop complaining about streaming and what it's doing, and do something about it. Let physical media have its revenge. Leave me your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below what you guys thought about this and some of your latest purchases if you want. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing, hitting that bell for notification. That'd be awesome for you guys' subscriptions, or possibly share this video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media, because it truly is the superior format now more than ever. Godspeed.